Yo, it's Fredo. Before we get into this battle, I'm just going to provide you guys with a quick update on how some content is going to be changed in the coming weeks. If you want to skip ahead, there'll be timestamps in the description down below, so yeah, click and go on. So yeah, basically I've had some really bad news, and it's going to affect the amount of editing time I have, because I'm going to have to be traveling on some weekends coming up for like 6 hours there and 6 hours back, just due to where I live, etc. Anyway, without getting into specifics, it's just going to mean I've got less editing time, so I'm not going to be able to do team builders, and it's basically just going to be the battles with, like, you know, me cutting down the blank stuff, basically the dead air. So yeah, hopefully it won't affect me actually playing the battles, because of the 3 leagues that I'm in, my next opponents are mostly Brits apart from LTM, so hopefully like the battle should still be able to go on as per normal. So ICP update, this is week 4. Obviously we haven't uploaded week 3, and the reason we haven't done that is because I had to forfeit that because there was a death in the family, and yeah, I just wasn't up to playing the game against D-Ray, and he was gentle about it, didn't cause a fuss or anything, so I just handed him the win. Now this is week 4. I absolutely mucked up the timing of the comp in that I didn't change the time zone on my DS, Jesus Christ, how old am I? On my Nintendo Switch before setting the comp. So it was going to be past midnight my time. I was on holiday the next day, and I was setting off early. So Will from my front office kindly played this game for me against It's Just Matt. So you've seen the team that Will has brought, and as you can see, it's basically like screens Rotom and let just MANAPHY set up and hopefully just slap from there. This battle is going to be a post-com because obviously it's from Will's perspective, not mine. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, good luck, have fun to Matt. They're going to lead off with Grimmsnarls, we lead off with T-Tar. Obviously, we are Dark types, we're immune to Prankster, T-Wave or anything like that, but we're just going to go for the knockoff, potentially getting rid of Light Clay if it goes for screens, but as you can see it goes to the bulk up, so this thing is actually quite a little bit of a threat against T-Tar now, as we get rid of the Citrus Berry. It does take the Sandstorm chip. We're going to go for the Thunder Wave because obviously we want to paralyze this thing and potentially prevent it from doing any moves. It's going to go for the Drain Punch. It doesn't pick up the KO, thankfully. Obviously it gets that little bit of HP back that it lost from the Sandstorm. Obviously T-Tar does not want to stay in here, so Will's going to make the sensible switch and go into our Enamorous. Constantly we 4 times resist the Drain Punch, and we'll be able to hit it super effectively with the Moonblast afterwards. As you can see, that does like, what, 40 damage? So not much to us at all. We have to go for the Moonblast here, even though the Bronzong could quite easily come in because this thing is a threat in front of us. Will is just going to go for the Moonblast as the predictable Bronzong does come in. And this is actually still going to do a decent little bit of damage. A bit more than I expected it to do, but hey, Enamorous is a threat. So look, we don't want to stay in here, so we're going to take our opportunity now to go into Rotom. And this is a very good opportunity to set up the screens. So we're going to take a Gyro Ball, and we take that quite well. Obviously, Enamorous would not want to take that. Sandstorm is going to go. We see the Bronzong is leftovers. So we're going to set up a Reflect first, because obviously that's just gone for Gyro Ball against us, as they make the swap into their Gliscor. Obviously predicting the Volt switch there. Just they're quite lucky we didn't have the Will-O-Wisp, because that would have been great to poison that thing. So we can't do much against the Gliscor. We're going to take our opportunity to get our light screen up as Matt makes another switch into the Baxcalibur. Now, obviously, we want a Volt switch here, so he could swap in the Gliscor, but no, it's going to be the Araquanid. So we're going to get some super effective damage here, and this is pretty much what we want MANAPHY to set up on. So yeah, MANAPHY is going to come in. Obviously, this could be like a Choice Banded set against us, and that would be a bit of a threat. So we're going to go for the Acid Armor straight away to get up to +2 defense. As you can see there, it does go for Leech Life, which does nothing. We don't quite recover, well, we do recover it all with the leftovers, sorry. Now we're going to get to +4 defense, as this goes for Endeavor and almost takes us down to half there. So that's their best attacking move against us right now. So obviously we don't want to be attacking it unless we know we are going to be getting the KO on it. So we're just going to keep setting up. We're going to go for our Take Heart. So we're at +4 defense, and we're now at +1 special attack and special defense. So Bronzong obviously is going to take store powers like a champ. It's going to take a Scald quite well as well. So we're just going to keep taking our opportunity to set up here, as he goes for the Hypnosis and actually lands it. So yeah, this is okay. We still want to set up, obviously. Shame we don't have Sleep Talk here, because we could pop our Take Heart. we've got a guaranteed turn of sleep now, so Will's just going to click the Scald as the Terrapagos comes in. He's got his Terra Shift off. We're guaranteed to be asleep on this turn, so yeah, it didn't matter what move we clicked. Obviously, we're going to want to break that Terra Shell on this thing as the Reflect does wear off. So we're just going to go for the Scald, and MANAPHY wakes up on the first turn it can wake up. The Terra Shell is going to proc, and we do like, what, 25-30% there, and we get the burn as well, as he goes for the Calm Mind. So yeah, this thing wants to set up in front of us, where we still want to set up as well, and be able to get all the KOs we want afterwards. And there goes our light screen. So we're just going to take another Take Heart opportunity, so we're going to put us at +3. And they're going to go for the Terra Starstorm, and that brings us down to like roughly half from where we were. So we're going to get more leftovers. They're going to take burn. We don't want this thing to set up too many Calm Minds on us, so we're just going to go for the stored power here, and we are going to get the KO. So yeah, nice to get rid of the Terrapagos. MANAPHY is actually showing what threat it is with this set now. So Bronzong obviously takes anything MANAPHY wants to do here, even at +3, so we're just going to go for the Scald. Hopefully we'll get the burn, and we don't get the burn. It lands another Hypnosis on us, so I don't know if this thing has got the glasses on to make sure it is hitting those, but yeah, it's going to swap out again because we've got the guaranteed sleep turn, and it's going to go into the Groom Style, obviously hoping that he can get the opportunity to set up on us while we have a lot of sleep turns going on. But they're going to go for the bulk up, and MANAPHY is an absolute champion and wakes up again on the first turn it can. So obviously Will knows that this thing is going to Drain Punch us next, and we don't want to obviously let it do that, so we're just going to go for the Scald, and we're going to get the KO on this thing as well. So MANAPHY is in a very, very good position at the moment. Obviously it can't KO the Bronzong, and it can't KO this thing just yet. So we are going to need to set up a little bit more. So this whole section is just going to be us basically going for Take Hearts and Acid Armors to allow us to get the KO on this, as they're just going to keep Mirror Coating or going for the Leech Life. I did think maybe this was a little greedy at times here, but I'm assuming it was to make sure that if this thing was like Assault Vested, that the roll was going to be in our favor. So Will is just going to keep going, and getting MANAPHY to +6 on everything. This thing can't do anything against us. It could endeavor to obviously bring us down to roughly half again, but it's just going to keep clicking the Mirror Coat just in case it lives an attack from us. As we just go for another Take Heart, there's the other Mirror Coat. Obviously it's going to fail. And yeah, as you can see, now MANAPHY has it +6, +6, +6, so just go for Stored Power, and this is going to KO with this. There's only the Baxcalibur left and the Gliscor. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this thing, the Bronzong, which is going to die to Scald. So yeah, GG, that is going to be a 6-0 in our favor. Thanks to Will for playing this game for me. It's worth noting Matt was a substitute coach, so he came in last minute and only had like an hour or so to prep for this. So GG to Matt, well played. Check out both the links in the description down below, and I will see you in the next one.